Hey everybody, my name is Sully. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Today we're just going to be doing a quick shave with the Razor Company and Master Soap Creations collaboration, Tabacchi. And right now we're going to be using the matching splash. And I've got my turn and shave bullet boar brush soaking in some water. And we're going to be using what I call the life and death bowl. And we're just going to be doing a quick shave and talking about my top threes for 2022 in several categories while we get this shave going. Let's do this. I'm going to be using the Phoenix Shaving Cube as a degreaser. Alright, so we did this on a live last night on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do. At Sully Cortez, all one word, SULLYCORTEZ. And we did it on the live, but we didn't really go in detail and in depth. And I'm not going to be showing the products, but I will be posting a picture of them here or here, depending on the space of the frame. And I'll be talking about each one. So, yeah, let's get started. So, we'll start off with the top 3 soap bases. And the first one, I'm going to say, and these will be in no particular order because I think they're all really good, but well, maybe we'll see. I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody, but you know, we can't all have winners. There are some not necessarily losers, but in terms of favorites, in terms of like what I consider top echelon level, we'll talk about what those are. So my top 3 favorite soap bases for 2022 coming in hot is Luthor Grooming. And I love Luthor. The V2 base, I think, is spectacular. And I think it's really, really good. The ingredients, Johnny from Luthor really took the time. And I did a whole video on, I believe it was Lonnie. And I did a whole video on it, on, you know, what, how it got how that name came about, and the base and the soap itself, and I just love it. I love Luthor Grooming, and they are definitely, in my opinion, they definitely have one of the best bases out there. And coming in at number 2, I'm gonna have to give it to PAA, Phoenix Shaving, and I love Phoenix Shaving. I think they're really good. And the CK6 base is phenomenal. It's all vegan. And it is probably the best vegan base out there. It leaves an amazing post-shave feel. And I know some people don't really care about post-shave feel because they add a bunch of products and stuff, but if you don't add a bunch of products, and including alum, you know, you still will feel the post-shave feel with CK6. It makes your skin, even with the cube that I just used, it makes your skin kind of not tight, but it just gets rid of all the grease, and not to a point where you're super dry, but to a point where it feels really good. And so I love the CK6 base. And then right now, in my opinion, and it's funny too because I'm using Master Soap Creations. If I had Master Soap Creations earlier, I only had a sample of light blue, which I believe is another collab between Master Soap and the Razor Company. But if I had it earlier in the year, then I definitely would have had a lot more experience with it. But I do love the Master Soap Creations base, and that gets a a runner-up nod. But number one for me is Ariana and Evans K2E, and it's just a phenomenal base, super, super slick, can take a bunch of water. You really don't have to worry about overloading in terms of water and product. It's very, very easy to lather. Look at this lather. Very, very easy to lather and super slick, like I said. And I don't know, I really like the K2E base. I think it's really, really good. I know some people rag on it because it's got emu oil and a couple other ingredients, and people make fun of it. But I think it's spectacular. And the people that are hating on it, maybe they, I don't know, maybe they didn't have a good experience with it, or they didn't know how to properly dial it in. But it's one of the easier bases, in my opinion, to get dialed in. And yeah, I love it. Take a look at this lather. Amazing. Master Soap Creations, like I said, gets a runner-up nod. So the next, wow, this is amazing. The next category will be top 3 razors. So for me, I would have to say that again, this is, what I'll do is least to best. So we'll say least to best, top 3. For me, we'll start off with the Manscaped The Plow 2.0. Now I know some people are going to be like, what? Manscaped makes a DE razor? They do. And they don't really advertise it. I mean, they do, but not really. And it basically is, for lack of a better description, it basically is a Edwin Jagger DE89 clone. Add some water in this. And it's a little bit more aggressive than the Edwin Jagger. It's really good. It's pretty efficient when you use certain blades with it. Like the Gillette Platinum is really good in it. The Gillette 7 o'clock, the Gillette Perma-Sharp, all of the Gillettes are really good. A feather, takes a feather fine. And next on the list, I would say, is the Aylesworth Copper Cant. And I love that thing, and I think it's an awesome razor. A little bit mild. I wish there was a plus plate. Caleb did say that he's coming out with a plus plate, so we'll see. Keep painting in some more water. Yeah, the Aylesworth Copper Cant, I love it. I love the design. I got the stand too. It fits in the stand really nicely. Some people say they don't like the stand because it like wiggles a little bit, but I like that because then you're not scratching it every time you are withdrawing the razor. There's enough give and play that it's not going to get scratched. And my number one, I have to give it to the Rockwell 6C. Simply because I think it's the most versatile. I've had no problems with any blade. And the adjustability is one of the best in the industry. I know some people don't like it because it has a lot of plates, but for the newbie and for the people just getting into wet shaving, I think it's actually really good because it gives them the ability to see what aggression level they like for their razor. We are using the TRC aluminum razor with a Gillette Platinum on its second use. So my top 3 brushes for 2022. In reverse order, this guy. the Bullet Boar brush by Turn and Shave. I love this brush. I think it's amazing. It's a great boar brush. And it's very easy to whip up lathers with. Next, I would say the AKA Brushworks Amber 26 millimeter with the AK7 knot. I think that's a great knot. And do I have that here? Yes, I do. I have it right here. I'll show you the brushes, but I'm not going to get all the razors in the soaps. I'll just put a picture of them somewhere. This is the AKA Brushworks AK7 bulb knot. Beautiful. Translucent amber brush. Love that brush. Think it's great. Number one brush for 2022 is definitely going to have to be this guy. The Turnings by Tansy Life and Death brush from the Life and Death set by First Line Shave. Absolutely love that brush. I love the knot. I love the loft. I love the backbone. There's a lot of good brush artisans out there too. But I really like a lot of Ryan's designs. They're good. Top 3 soap scents. Now this was a difficult one because there is a huge difference between soap scents and soap scents and fragrances. So for example, my top 3 fragrances might be different from my top 3 soap scents. Now, I did in one of my last videos, I also did a kind of a detailing on what the difference between scent and fragrance is. Really not much, I just use them interchangeably, but the scent notes in a soap, even though they might be super detailed, you may not be able to smell them all because soap is a very one-dimensional medium to carry scent. So an EDP or a parfum or a EDT fragrance might be a lot more developed, and you may smell a lot more of the notes than you do just a soap base. So in going with soap scent of the year, we'll count backwards for this. Hag's Grinched just came out and I love it. We were waiting for that for like a month, and I guess shipping from, because it's made in Greece, and shipping from Greece was like terrible. It took like a whole month to get to the States. And Grinched is based on Killian's Angel Share. Which I ordered a small decant of that, a 5 ml spray bottle. So we'll see what that's like when it arrives. Interested to see how much it differs or how close it is. When I spoke to Demetrius of Hags, he said that they added a little bit more cinnamon and a little bit more spice than the fragrance than Killian's Angel Share. So definitely interested to see how different or close it is. And if it's not close, or if it's totally different, that's, or if it's spot on, that's not a bad thing, because I think what I like that people have been doing, artisans have been doing a lot this year, is making it so that the soap splash and their EDP, parfum, whatever, perfume is a flanker. So each one is a flanker. Like kind of a notable mention, Gentleman's Nod Musashi which I love. Don't get me wrong, it just didn't make the list. Gentleman's Nod Musashi, you kind of got to get all three. Same with their newest release, Catalonia, Cosecha Catalana, I believe is how you say it. The soap has a peach note and the splash does not. And neither does the, I believe it's an EDP, neither does the EDP. So I like that. I like that you have to get all three to really experience what the artisan was trying to give you in terms of a fragrance. So Grinched Hags will be my number 5 of 2022. And number 4, by the way, I'm using Thayer's Lavender for a moisturizer. Now I am dipping it in the water too, but the Thayer's, using the Thayer's as a moisturizer kind of helps relieve any small micro infections that you may get, or any irritation, a lot better than just using water. That was taught to me by, well, I learned that from The Lathering. If you guys aren't watching him, Lathering, great YouTube channel, check it out. I believe the gentleman's name is Rui. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I think that's it. I've heard him say it a few times. I'll leave a link to his channel down in the description. Number 4 would be Strike Gold Shave Tippy Canoe. Here's what it looks like. Tippy Canoe is a banger. It is a nod to Dior Sauvage. Man, is it good. One of my favorites. I find myself, Frank makes some really, really, really good EDPs. In fact, let me just show you. Strike Gold Shave made ATF, which is amazing. I believe it's a nod to Baccarat, if I'm not mistaken. He also did Enchanted April, which is a nod to Tom Ford Neroli Portofino. This one's great. Excellent for the spring. And then one of my favorites also, which Creed Green Irish Tweed King Timoho, which is fantastic. Love this one. Very powerful. They all last on the skin for a really, really long time. And I think Frank makes some great EDPs, and I think his soap base is fantastic too. His soaps are really good. And the Tippy Canoe soap scent is my number 4 pick of the year. And my number 3 pick of the year is one that you can only get on Cyber Monday. And that is PAA's The Shaving. And that is a hot buttered bay rum, as Douglas likes to say. And man, is it a banger. Really, really good. On the cover is Anthony Esposito and Ray Pope. Back in the day, they had a YouTube battle. Basically, they were kind of putting out videos together, and they were essentially, you know, having a battle, I guess. I don't know, I wasn't around in the wet shaving community then, so. but it's definitely a funny cover. And on the side label, it also has Douglas from PAA riding a tricycle. And you can only get it on Cyber Monday. And it's funny because I don't like bay rums like a lot, like at all, really. But that one has kind of turned me on to bay rums. And so my number 2 soap scent of 2022 is Luthor Namka. I love that. Namka's great. It's a nod to House of Diptyque, Oud Palau. And I didn't know this until Cith told me that. And then I actually went and Cith, I'll leave a link to his Instagram channel, he and YouTube. He told me that it was actually based on Oud Palau by Diptyque, Tam Dao. And I was like, oh, wow. Because I love that scent so much, I wanted to know if there was a frag out. I hope Johnny comes out with frags. I know they're nods, but it'd be awesome if Johnny came out with his own frags. Johnny being Luthor. That would be really cool. But, yeah, a lot of people don't like Namka. It is kind of an acquired taste. I love it, but, I mean, it's made my number 2. Very difficult. I wanted to make it number 1, believe me, but the simple fact that not everyone would like it is really what kept it from being number 1. So I know you're all probably wondering, well, what is your number 1 soap scent then for the year? My number 1 soap scent for the year is First Line Shaves Life and Death. And not because I got the brush or because I got the matching bowl to match it or I got the entire trifecta, but it's because the scent's a banger. I mean, it really is. The First Line Shave Life and Death set is my favorite soap scent of the year. I think it's awesome. I think you could wear it all year long in terms of the EDP. I don't think you could ever get sick of the scent. I just love it. It's based on Byron Parfum's The Chronic. And you know, this TRC razor is not bad either. It's actually really good. Very mild, but very efficient. And it's difficult too, narrowing it down, because, you know, you want to like everybody's stuff. You want to give everybody... You want to like everybody's stuff. You want to give everybody, you know, high accolades, but some stuff just works better than others, you know? But yeah, overall, I'd have to give it to all of the artisans who have put out amazing content or amazing products this year. I have a lot of releases from 2021, 2022, or sorry, 2020, 21, and I've got a bunch now from 2022, and everybody's stepping up their game. All of the bases are really good, you know, but some stand out amongst others for my skin and what I like to do, and that's okay. Everybody has their favorites, and everybody uses what works for them. Let's see how we did with the alum. Couple zings here and there. And of course, I'm not going to waste the soap. I'm going to wash my face with the soap. That's what you should always do. If you have leftover soap, just use it as a face wash. And yes, I know some people would say what I just did is excessive, but I don't really care. It's good for the skin to re-nourish and rehydrate with that soap. Very, very nice. We use my towel of 2022. Lancaster Razor Works, Katie's Bubble, Black Sheep Towel. Amazing, amazing towel. Probably the best in all of wet shaving. And I think they're coming out with a drop soon, so if you don't have one, be on the lookout because they're going to be coming out with some more towels in the new year. All right. Let's go ahead and put this splash on, and we are all set. Not bad, not bad. And so just to recap while I'm drying this off and about to put the splash on, I will list all of my top threes for each category in the description below for those who don't want to watch the entire video. But I feel that all of them are solid choices, and if you haven't tried any of them, please go out and either get a sample or if you like the scent notes, then take a gamble. I did, and I love every single one that I mentioned. And I couldn't be happier, not disappointed at all. And that's kind of what I love about the hobby is that there's so much variety, there's so much variety for you to experiment, to see what you like, to see what works for your skin. And I love that. I love that. One of the better things about the wet shaving hobby in general. Post-shave feel on this Master Soap Creations is great. Almost to the point that you don't even need a splash. But, of course, we're going to put one on. Like I said, I've only been in since July, and from all the people that I've met to all the conversations that I've had to the generosity of the community that has blown me away time and time again, I thank you all, and I appreciate all of it. Everlasting memories, and I love how a lot of it's online, like documented. So that's really cool. Memories, memories, memories. Nowadays, social media, that'll carry on those memories for sure. All right, Tabacchi splash. Not bad, pretty good shave. Don't forget to, I'll be going live tomorrow with Tobin. Tobin's Throwbacks. If you guys aren't following him, I will leave a link in the description for his IG and his YouTube channel, and we'll be going live tomorrow for New Year's Eve, celebrating the new year coming on We Shave. It's a weekly show that he does, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be me, Tobin, and Smiles. It's going to be a great time. So if you aren't too busy, if you aren't too drunk, even if you are drunk. Come hang out with us. It's going to be great. We go live at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time and 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Very nice splash. Minimal burn. Oh man, that smells so good. So, thank you all again for joining me. I appreciate it. And for the best of 2022 video. And I will see you all in the new year with many more videos coming. And don't forget, in 2023, shave away. Take care and Happy New Year.